June of '78, and the city was very like this. A boy was born in the world and fought.
Assalamu alaikum, Rahmat Kareem sir. Good to see you after long time. Faisal Qasim, good to have you back.
Is today a reunion or something?
It seems like.
Yeah. And welcome to our newest member, Toastmaster Latif. How are you doing?
Good, sir. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam, Toastmaster Latif. Good to have you
Thank you,
among
sir.
us as a member, finally. Momin Saab, how are you?
Hi, thank you. And how are you all?
I'm good. Where have you been?
I'm at Gilgit right now.
Great. So you guys are having online meetings nowadays?
Yeah, we are having.
That's great. What about Hayat Saab? How is he doing?
He's also fine. He's at Canada.
He can also join us through online, you know. We can send him our invitation meeting invitation. He can join from Canada as well.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask him to join him?
Maybe he's receiving the invitations. I don't know why he's not joining.
Okay, just give me his contact details. I'll talk to him and definitely he will come.
Fine. I'll give you.
So, Toastmaster Latif, so what's up? What's happening nowadays?
All well, sir. All good, sir. Last year, June, I started Toastmaster. I became member. So it's been 1 year and I got one more, a good one actually, I should say. Karachi Toastmasters Club.
Okay. So
because when I was added in the group, I thought maybe 30 members, 20 members, 25 members, 124 members, like, wow.
Okay. So what's your progress up till now?
I've completed level 3 actually.
Mashallah. So
Yeah.
which pathways you're doing?
Dynamic leadership.
Great. Dynamic leadership. Okay, that's wonderful. So we have Tahseen Bhutto. So could we have your brief introduction? I request all the guests to write guest at the end of their names so that we can recognize them easily.
Hello, good evening. I'm Tahseen. I'm actually a PhD student doing major in human resource management, And of course, Toastmaster is one of the very awesome club which shares learning and experiences, and moreover, we learn a lot from evaluations and different techniques. Previously, I had exposure to Toastmaster Club in China, so it was quite awesome for me, actually, appealing one to join here in Karachi and see how Pakistani people, like we people, share with each other, learn from each other, and improve our soft skills while communicating with people. Yeah, this is my introduction.
Good to have you, Toastmaster. Tahsin. So you are the Toastmaster, right?
No, I haven't ever been the man. Like I haven't ever been the Toastmaster member. Of course, on and off, I used to join and take part in Toastmaster club activities, but I have never been like I have never been a member actually. Yeah, just a guest.
Okay, okay. Good to have you. Good to have you.
Thank you, and it's wonderful to see you guys.
We have Jahangir Khan. Jahangir Khan, could we have your brief introduction? Oh, Jahangir,
Hello.
again. We know you. You're from Storytellers, right?
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone.
Okay.
This
Good
is distinguished Toastmaster Jahangir Khan. I'm from Bahrain Elite Speakers Toastmasters Club. I live in Kingdom of Bahrain in Middle East, a small, tiny, mini island from District 20. But I have been attending the meetings from Pakistan recently, and I was in touch with Toastmaster Hina, and I requested her to let me know if any meetings happen.
Okay.
So I'm glad that I'm able to attend. When I was in Pakistan, I've been saying that I was not able to attend any of the meetings. Unfortunately, that time there were no meetings happening, 2011. But I'm glad due to this pandemic, something good is happening. We can attend meetings wherever we wish, and it's always good to connect with my fellow Pakistani friends back in Pakistan. Thank you. And I've been in Toastmasters for over 15 years. It's a long time.
It's a great opportunity to become member. You can connect it with us through online, and we can have you virtually. We can have you. Means you can become member of our club if you want.
Inshallah. Thank you so much. Good luck with the meeting today.
Good luck. Thank you. So we have Toastmaster Talha bin Ahmed. Now he's become Toastmaster Najah. Good to have you, Toastmaster Talha. Please give us your brief introduction.
Okay, so today is today is the 3rd, right? So today is exactly 4 years anniversary of my becoming a Toastmaster, and yeah, and
Let's cut a cake.
actually it was
Cut a cake
on,
virtually.
actually it was on 1st of June, but 2 days versus 4 years, same difference, and it also happened to be my wife's birthday, and it's so
Many
funny.
happy returns.
And it's so funny that both the spouses of my life came into this world on the same day. That's all I've got to say.
Toastmaster Faisal Qasim, how are you? Could we have few words from you if you're listening?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to hear you. It's been a long time.
Yes, you're right. It's long time. It's
Now it's
online
easy.
meeting.
Yes. Now it's easy to connect from home.
Yes,
Even we have physical meetings, we can connect online as well.
Well, for Toastmaster Faisal, it was easy enough and beach luxury too. And Toastmaster Faisal, I know you know why I'm saying that, because you worked right across the street, right?
Yes, you're right. You're right. But still the lethargy, moving crossing the road, going into the hotel, and spending money.
Hello.
Hello, Toastmaster Heba.
Yes.
Hello, Toastmaster Eva.
Hello.
Hello,
Am
Toastmaster.
I audible to everyone?
Yes, you're audible. How are you?
I'm fine. May I know who is this speaking from here?
I'm Toastmaster Ali Ashir.
Oh, how nice. Let me open my video. Should we start the proceedings to the meeting or wait for other people?
I think President is going to
President and VP should decide when to start the meeting.
Yes.
Let's start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, we'll start it.
Sure.
Five minutes. Fine.
So as usual, non-members have been right on time, and we are waiting for the members.
Who's there? Did someone start a knock-knock joke?
Babar Ali Hasnan is there. Good to have you, Babar Ali Hasnan. How are you?
Oh my God. एक मिनट दुपट्टा लेकर आई और चार्जर
I think we should start the meeting.
We have Toastmaster of the evening.
Ibrahim Khan is the Toastmaster of the evening, right? Shall we start?
Yes, please go ahead.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very good evening, and I welcome you another exciting meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club. Before starting the meeting, let's briefly have some ground rules that you all are requested to mute your mics unless you are asked to do so, and you can also switch off your videos or while the speaker is speaking. That's wonderful. Okay. Before starting, let's have a brief introduction what Toastmasters International is all about. Toastmasters International is a non-profit organization established in 1926 by Dr. Ralph Smedley. It focuses on leadership and communication skills through different educational programs called pathways. Currently, Toastmaster Ali Hassan, I request you to please mute your mic. It focuses on leadership and communication skills through different educational programs called pathways. Currently, we have 11 pathways. The vision of Toastmasters International is to make good leaders and good communicators. With that, let's have brief introduction with our guest today. So, today we have Tahseen Bhutto. Tahseen Bhutto, I request you to unmute your mic and switch on your video and let us know about yourself. Tahseen Bhutto, over to you.
Hello. Good evening to everyone, Toastmaster clubs, Toastmaster members, friends, guests, and everybody. Sorry to say, I'm in a home, Capramirs, it's a great, I have father and mother, some people here. So I may get sometimes disturbed, but I would keep my mic muted. Well, I'm Tasin and I'm doing PhD in Human Resource Management. It is just continued. Meanwhile, because of the coronavirus, I came back here. We are stuck here in Pakistan. So we're going to go back early and resume our studies. I'm also working as a faculty in Shahid Benazir Bhutto University, Nawabshah. And previously, I have done masters in human resource management, and I love communicating with foreigners, learning, grooming, and every day eating something very valuable to myself, and learning something which is not actually we don't consider important. So I believe in learning, growing, and enriching my skills. So one of my friends met me and he suggested that why not you join Toastmaster online club, because we don't have any Toastmaster club in our city, Capramirs. So I was like, okay, that would be a wonderful great sharing experience with all the friends. And in fact, I can connect with different versatile and experienced professionals from across Pakistan. Therefore, I thought to connect with you guys and learn from you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you.
Thank you very much, Tahsin Bhutto. We are really honored to have you with us. Moving on to our next guest, that is Momin. Momin, could you please unmute your mic and open your video, and please let us few words from you. Let us have a few words from you. Yes.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I'm attending the Toastmaster meeting after 2 years. I'm associated with the Aga Khan University. At the moment, I'm at Gilgit. So we have a limited connection of internet, so I'm unable to attend the meeting. So I'm lucky to be having this meeting. At Gilgit, we have very good weather. So we are lucky that tourism has been opened. So you people can come to Gilgit. I most welcome you all. So I'm very happy to be in the Toastmaster meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Momin. We are lucky to have you and will definitely come to Gilgit and visit your place soon.
Thank you.
So,
thank you so much.
Let's welcome our newest family member, Toastmaster Latif. Toastmaster Latif, please unmute your mic and open your videos and let us have your brief introduction. Yes.
Good evening. Thank you, TM Rana. It's been last year when in June I joined Toastmaster Club. I've been getting all the support from each and every Toastmaster. I've been the member in this club of Bhavan's Toastmaster. But over the years, whenever I have been in Pakistan, like over the months, last October and December, I was attended CA Toastmaster Club as a guest, was very much impressed with DTM Tala. And for sure, I will be learning more and more. This is just one step to get more friends and learn this is really a gem of a club which I never knew about it. 124 members, a lot to learn more. I'm sure about it. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And whenever I'll be on vacation, for sure I'll be visiting as a member. Thank you.
You're not visiting, you are a member.
Yes.
So, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be delivering a speech for sure.
Yes. You can deliver your speech virtually as well.
I will. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Latif. Good to have you with us. Moving on. Okay. We don't have any further guests. Yes, we have another guest, Toastmaster Sabha from Storytellers. Toastmaster Sabha, could you please unmute your mic and open your video? And could we have your brief words? Toastmaster Sabha.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum everyone.
Walaikum assalam.
So I'm Sabah Khan. I'm a undergraduate student and I'm a media science student and I'm a writer and a speaker and VP Education from Storytellers Toastmasters Club. And the other thing is that I could not unmute switch on my video because I just woke up from I was sleeping and just woke up. So you will all will afraid of me if you see me.
Okay, no worries.
So over to
Good to have you, Toastmaster Sabha. So with that, let's begin our meeting. Let's welcome our Toastmaster of the evening. She is a very dedicated Toastmaster. She is always there to work in any capacity. Please welcome Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan. The stage is yours, Toastmaster Hiba.
Okay, am I audible enough? Am I audible? Hello?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
You are audible.
Okay, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As the Toastmaster of the evening, I am your host today. Toastmasters is basically a non-profit organization which was founded in October 22nd, 1924 by Ralph C. Smedley in Colorado, I presume, and California, United States. It basically serves the purpose of developing individuals into leaders as well as improving their communication skills. And through in Toastmasters Club, we get to meet people from all walks of life, from engineers to chartered accountants to social science students as well as MBAs. I've come across all of them in my 2 years and 7 months as a Toastmaster. And it is a very good learning ground as well to improve your knowledge in all fields. And with that, it's a club for self-development where people from all walks of life, like I mentioned earlier, come and interact with each other and learn. The organization has over 358,000 members in 141 countries, serving in 16,400 clubs. And with that, I would like to begin the session. Could you bear with me for a few seconds? Okay. The meeting is divided into 3 segments. First would be the prepared speeches session, and then we would have the table topics, and after that we would have the evaluation session. In the first part, I would call upon the role holders to explain their roles, and then after that we would go about proceeding the meeting. The first role holder is TM Urusa Kaval. Could you please explain your role? TM Urusa Kaval?
Yes, Toastmaster of the day. I'm the word master for today, and the word of the day is overmorrow. The word means the day after tomorrow. And the usage would be, I've heard that tomorrow and overmorrow may bring exceptionally high waves. Please use this word in your prepared speeches and the table topics. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Okay, the second role is the grammarian. I would take the role as the grammarian. I would like to opt for it. Okay, and as the grammarian,
Toastmaster Hiba?
Yes.
Please give it to someone who doesn't have any role. Ghulam Qadir is there. You can hand over.
Okay, Ghulam Qadir, would you like to volunteer for the role? TM Ghulam Qadir.
Hello everyone, how are you?
Yes.
We are meeting after some time. So my role would be as of a grammarian. I would be I would be listening to the sentences of the speakers and those who are in the table topic, and I will be identifying what mistakes or whatever they have done during their speeches, and then Imran, does anybody have to guess this out? Who was the speaker?
Grammarian means you have to note down the incorrect usages of grammar, then you have to tell the correct use without mentioning the name.
Okay, without mentioning them. Okay, so I was getting confused with the super grammarian. Right. My role would be to identify the incorrect use of the grammar, and at the end of the speech, the end of the session, I will be identifying as to what was the correct sentence.
You're also coming. Yes. When? Now for the super grammarian, would anyone like to volunteer for it? How about Team Navinta? Or anyone else? Team Anam Kadri?
Yes, sure. It's Toastmaster Sabha here.
Would you like to volunteer?
Super grammarian listener role.
Yes, it's sort of a listener role. You will have to note down the interesting word.
Yeah, I know about
and
that.
then at the end of the meeting, you call the interesting word and phrases, and people will have to guess it.
Okay.
So would you volunteer for it?
Yes.
Okay. So go fine. You can explain the role now if you want, or we'll... Okay. I think I'll just further. You got...
I explain my role?
Yes, you can explain the role if you want.
Okay. So, very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So, my role is of listener super grammarian. I will note the striking sentences or special words of all the speakers in prepared speeches and in table topic session, the table topic speakers, and I will note down them, and in the end of the meeting, I will ask you and you will tell me that who's the speaker of that specific sentence. So this is my role for today's meeting. Over to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Yes, now for the R counter, would anyone like to volunteer for it? How about, okay, I'll start picking people now. How about TM Zishan Khan? TM Zishan?
Good evening, Ms. Hiba. I would love to do it, but I'm a little occupied.
Okay, fine, fine. How about TM Ali Hasnan? TM Anushka? Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, but I already have 2 roles for today.
Achha, 2 roles. The second one is of the evaluation. Okay.
Give it to Toastmaster Navinta. Toastmaster Navinta, you are the R counter, okay?
Even there? Navinta, are you there? What is this guessing game? Okay, TM Navinta, you will be taking the R counter role. For the timer, do I have any volunteer?
I can do the timing.
Okay, fine. Timing is by TM Talha. Sorry, this is taking a bit of time, but fine. Okay, and for the vote counter, do I have any volunteer? The last role. How
Give
about
it to Aliyasha. Give it to Aliyasha.
Aliyasha, how about being the vote counter for the day? Evening. Is anyone even on the other side? सबने खोल के सब login कर दिया लगता है. Ali Asher, are you there? I cannot give it to him when he's not there. Anyone for the role of vote counter?
Toastmaster Sabha has raised her hand. Toastmaster Sabha, are you willing to do this role, or you wanted to say something else?
Yes. Assign me roles as much as you want.
Sorry?
Assign me the roles as much as you want.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
fine.
you.
I will handle.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, take the role of vote counter then. You know how to, what will be happening in the role?
She is a VP education.
Okay.
She knows everything. Toastmaster. You might just ask her to explain the role.
Okay, explain the role of the vote counter then.
So as a good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So as a vote counter, I will privately message me. After every session, I will text you, vote for the best speaker in table topic session. And then our next segment is of our prepared speeches session. After that session, when speaker will done with their speaking, I will send you message. So vote for the best prepared speaker, vote for the best table topic speaker. And then in the third session, it's of evaluation session. I will text you all. So send me the names of the best evaluator. So in the end, I will count the votes and give the report, submit the report to the general evaluator. Thank you. Over to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Okay, one more. I just have to confirm the R counter because TM Naveenta isn't responding at the other end. So who should I make the R counter? Mr. President?
You do the R counter, okay?
Achha, okay. Fine, I'll do the R counter. Okay. The next role is of the person who's going to lighten the session, lighten the atmosphere for us today. That is the joke master, and that would unfortunately be me today. So here I go. Why shouldn't you write with a broken pencil? Because it's pointless.
It's broken.
Yeah. And how did the barber win the race?
How did?
The barber win the race.
Which race?
Generally speaking. Because he knew a shortcut. He knew the shortcut. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, no atmosphere. How do pickles enjoy a day out? They relish it. And the last one, what did the shark say when he ate the clownfish? This tastes a little funny. Okay, now for the last role, that is the tech host, which is performed by TM Ali Hasnain. So please, TM Ali Hasnain, could you unmute your mic and explain the role?
Responsible for maintaining the access to the meeting to the
You're not audible properly, please. Very distorted voice. Hello, you're not audible properly.
Is it audible now?
Yeah, that's better.
Yes.
So, we making sure that secondly, speaker or the speakers are only on and
TM Ali, we are having problems. Again, we cannot catch your voice.
I'll change my headphone.
Can you try without the microphone?
Yeah.
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah, that's better.
Slightly better, yes.
Change the headphone. Thank you.
So could you please explain your role again? Ali?
Toastmaster Heta, please move forward to prepared speech session. Please.
Okay. Moving on. For this prepared speeches today, we have around 6 speakers. The first one is TM Asghar Ramzan. His evaluator is TM Urusa Mohsen.
Master Hita, Urusa is not here, so please go on to the next speaker.
So should I move on to the other speaker?
Yes.
TM Anam Kadri. And her evaluator is DTM Talha bin
Toastmaster Ali Hasnan will evaluate.
Okay, TM Ali Hasnan will be evaluating Team Anam Kadri. So please, TM Ali Hasnan, could you explain the objectives? Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Toastmaster Ali Hasnan, please read out her objectives.
Could we request Toastmaster Zishan to become his speech evaluator?
Whose speech evaluation do I need to do?
Toastmaster Anam Kadri, please go ahead.
All right. Could I have the project and everything? I would just quickly do it. I just sat down. My apologies
Just sending it to you.
for taking the time.
I've sent it to you.
Okay, I've got it. Okay, so the purpose of the object is what the speech title is Why Oh Why. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a proposal. The speech time is somewhere, I think, 5 to 7 minutes. Dear Madam Kadri, the stage is all yours. We wish you best of luck.
Shrinking in a corner. I'll be sharing my screen as well.
Madam, when you were speaking, there was an echo. Could you please take care of that?
Yes, I'm working on that.
Okay, actually, Toastmaster
will
need to use the screen sharing feature. So what I'll be doing is that I'll be timing the speech and I'll be giving her the signals, and then I'll announce at the end of the speech how much time she took. Okay?
Oh, good, perfect.
Shrinking in a corner, waiting for informer. Just a little morsel, doesn't wish hamburger. Just a little something to dim the banging hunger. Just a tiny crumble to kill the thriving fervor. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, would you imagine how would it feel when you wake up early in the morning craving for a lavish breakfast, and while it is getting ready, you decide to stretch yourself, exercise, and enjoy the morning breeze in your balcony. And while doing so, you happen to catch a glimpse of the garbage picker down the street, bent over his garbage bag, mounted over a donkey cart, doing something that most of us would feel disgusted about. But he is relishing having those tiny morsels of food that we usually pile up on our plates during our dinners and our suppers. And all of a sudden, when our big bellies seem to be filled up, and not enough not to accommodate even those last 2 bites left on the plate, which eventually end up in the trash can. While we are feasting, we are enjoying the feast, we don't realize that there is a class out there who is looking forward to a morsel of even dried bread or a week-old gravy deprived of the unworthy, not worthy eating routine. We are so busy in our own pomp and show that we don't realize and we don't even think what will happen to the leftovers. And even if we are generous enough to think about that, what do? We take it home, keep it in our freezer for 1 more month. And after a month, when we realize that now our freezer is accommodated with too many and it cannot hold anymore, now we decide to take one after another out and have it. And what do even then? We defrost the entire item, have a little more, leave the rest behind, waiting to rot. As a result, when after 1 or 2 days it starts rotting, it ends up in the trash can again. I say, why don't we realize that why order so much food, which is more than our capacity? Why not distribute it there and then so that everybody gets the benefits out of it? Why take 2 more days or even a month to realize that human body have a limit for consumption of food? I am glad that these days many of the organizations are working for the distribution, for the collection and distribution of the food. And they do it dedicatedly and meticulously. And hats off to them for that. But then there is another class. When you sneak out the food from the fridge, what do? Arey, nahi, hum khayenge. As if they'll eat the entire stuff. But then what do they do in the end? Eat a little, leave the rest. For those kind of people, for this class of people who say this, I have got a proposal. And that I'm going to share with all of you. No freezer, no fridge. Makes life an utter bliss. When you won't have your freezers to freeze them or to leave the leftovers in your fridge for as long as you want, then obviously no conservatory and nothing to leave behind to rot. As per statistics, globally, 1.3 billion of tons of food is lost or wasted every year. This is about 1/3 of the food produced for the human consumption of the world. Just imagine how much we are wasting and how much could have been consumed to benefit the others. In the end, what will happen? We not only deprive others from this, but we ourselves also deprived, we are ourselves also deprived from the prayers of the others. So let's come together and start working on this proposal and start working on no wastage of food. Believe me, in this way, not only we will be able to get the fresh, warm and healthy food, but that deprived class would also be given the fresh food and the warm and healthy food. This way, fellow Toastmasters and guests, not only we would be the most fortunate people and satisfied person on earth, but there would be other classes, deprived classes, who would be benefited by this too. So stay healthy, stay happy, and wish the same for others as well. Thank you so much.
6 minutes 29 seconds.
The next speaker is TM Azhar I call upon the next speaker, TM Azhar Ramzan, and he would be evaluated by TM Ghulam Kader. So please, TM Ghulam, explain the objectives.
TM Ghulam Kader, you are not audible.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and good evening to all Toastmasters and fellow guests. Today, I will be evaluating Toastmaster Azhar Ramzan, and the title of his speech is Privacy Violation vis-a-vis One's Upmanship. And he is giving this speech from the Pathway Innovative Planning, Level 2, Project 2. And the purpose of his speech, of his project, is the member to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. I wish you good luck, Toastmaster Ramzan. Over to you, Toastmaster Ramzan.
Thank you. Am I audible, Ghulam Kader?
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Mr. President, dear Toastmasters and guests, the coronavirus-induced quarantine has made all the Toastmasters abandoned princess suit, society room, sunflower all, and held their meeting from the home. Personally speaking, there was a comfort in knowing that there would be no 29-kilometer long journey to a beach luxury hotel, at least till near future. This relocation introduced us something called Zoom, this chat room. I never thought that the condition would become so dire that I would be forced to resort this virtual option. But this was ultimately what it had come to. But what was mind-blowing some 3 months ago becomes mundane, almost to the point of banality. Let me confess that this online idea wasn't as romantic as I thought, as I had imagined it would be. Now just imagine that during a live meeting, your life partner starts fight with you, and you just forget to turn off your mic. Everyone there listen everything whatever is happening between both of you. Now this is not a hypothetical example. These things nowadays happening in front of our very eyes in all these lives meeting day in day out. And this is not and to me this is a very scary picture with no end in sight. Now to be more specific about the KTC, although self-isolation means the Toastmasters are no longer meeting each other in person, it has started a very sudden and alarming tradition for all of us. Now just see the drawbacks, which are too obvious. All Toastmasters available live for hours every week will finding it very difficult to be unexpectedly familiar from the other Toastmasters wall decoration, interior design, furnitures, window curtain, wardrobe, sofa, depending that is how on they position their camera in a particular directions. Now some comfort can be drawn from the fact that you can anytime hide yourself and only appear on the basis of as and when needed. But and this the reason is no rocket science. For all those of us who are not used to working from home, this lack of boundaries from between the Toastmasters and your home can be very trying. Just imagine letting the crowd of your colleagues peeking inside your home is not a settling thing. But one thing is clear in this whole equation. It has one clear advantage. It opens up opportunities for what I can call one-upmanship. I mean to boost about your status. But how? Well, we all know that any living area of your home can subtly be altered to create an excellent expression like this one by simply moving your camera to a one part of the room. And if you have a technical geek, you can opt for a virtual background. This is one of the virtual background. You know, as I speaking to you, I just changed this crampy quarter into a 5-star hotel, or as if I'm sitting in a Air Force One. This is my style of one-upmanship. But I would like to show you a couple of slides from which I tried to peek inside my colleagues, other Toastmasters. I reflected back in all those Zoom meetings I have been over for past few weeks, and here are a couple of my observation. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Imran, next slide. Imran, okay. Now this is one of my friend. I think when there is a bookshop, bookshelves, I strongly recommend my friend to rearrange the books so that the title of the books can be visible and must suit the occasion. Next slide, please. Okay, the aesthetic appearance of things is a desirable bonus. So a cool wall clock is a must. That is what I have learned from one of my Toastmasters, and I'm going to purchase this as soon as the lockdown will be ended. The next slide, please. Okay, now if you can't afford the kind of luxury and expensive sofa ostentatiously displayed, no, please, the previous slide, please, Imran, you're going away. Okay, now if you can't afford the kind of luxury and expensive sofa ostentatiously displayed by one of your colleagues, my suggestion would be just to solve this, just to squeeze your eyes shut, solve the fact, and just move on, because there is nothing literally you can do about it. The next slide. Okay, now what if a photographer from the meeting and your wife from the kitchen simultaneously shouted on you for attention? I don't know who would be your preference. I had unwittingly shown mine over air. This is the end of the slides. Dear Toastmasters, to conclude, it goes without saying that the Zoom helped us greatly to keep the social distances, but it virtually reduced all other form of distances in a troubling speed that is becoming very much difficult to cope with all it is attended benefit. This change of physical world to the virtual world could not help us to escape from the ugly truth of staying stuck at home, and that too without cut-off date for reassembling in beach luxury hotel. For me, this is emotionally more draining than letting your colleague Toastmasters peek inside your home. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Now I would like to call upon the next speaker, TM Ali Asher, and his evaluator, TM Urusa Kaval. Could you please explain the objectives of the project?
Toastmaster TM Ali Asher's evaluator is DCM Talal Mohammed.
So, Toastmaster Ali Asher is delivering his second project today. The project is called Evaluation and Feedback First Speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. So please, everyone, put your hand together for our very talented new speaker, Toastmaster Ali Asher Anjum.
Am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Sorry, a little less. If you can come nearer, it will be better.
Now I am audible. Wait a minute.
You are, but your voice is very low.
Okay, okay. Now I am audible.
You are perfectly audible. You're perfectly audible.
Okay. Okay. Should I start? Should I start? Okay. In 17th century, Isaac Newton was sitting under the tree. Isaac Newton was sitting under the tree, and he bonked with a fruit on his head. And then he come with a law of gravity. Toastmasters, very good evening. Isaac Newton was just as ordinary as you and me, but he was a passionate physics scientist. He loved uh, the physics, and that's why a falling fruit for all of us is a law of gravity for him. That how he feel physics. Similarly, Rutherford, while experimenting the atomic structures, can imagine the whole atomic structure in his hand and eventually feel it. Similarly, Faraday can feel the electrons, the flow of electrons while the electrolytic experiment. All these wonderful scientists are successful. Why? They are successful because they love what they are doing. They are feeling what they are doing. And that's why many successful people says that you should be a passionate professional. You should love what you are doing, and you should love how you are doing things. Just take an example. The most beautiful relation in the world. No one can compete the love of a mother with her child. Why this love is so important? Because mother has a strong feeling that no one has, because she can feel her child in a womb for the 9 months, and that feeling ignite the more love in her, and she cannot neglect her child in any consequences. Similarly, if we want to be successful, if we want to be a passionate professionals, we should love and should not neglect the feeling we have with our profession or what we are doing, Toastmasters. Back in 2015, I was quite frustrated, as I don't know what I am doing in my life and what would be my future. And then what I do, I just meditate. I just close my eyes. I close my eyes, and as I close my eye, I can feel the chanting and murmuring birds. And then I put myself 20 years ahead, and then feel what would I have been doing. And then what I saw, that was amazing. People were waiting for me. People were waiting for me, that anticipating for me that I am going to come to them and serve them. On a very next instant, I just pushed myself in a scenario where in a starry night, I was in my tent, somewhere on the earth, writing something on my notepad and fall asleep. I wake up. It was a beautiful day. And as I opened my eyes, what I saw wonderful people, wonderful children around me, smiling. And that smile was due to me because that was a smile of a child who is going to school for the very first time due to me. And that was the impact of my field. And that when I feel the impact of my profession, what I am doing, when I feel that how important I am, how important is my field, how important is my existence, then I start feeling and I start loving whatever I am doing. Toastmasters, if a person feels attention and affection, he falls. If a citizen feel for his nation and his state, he became a patriot. And if a person became, if an ordinary person like me became a good speaker, an active listener, a confident guy, that is the feeling of Toastmaster. Just try to have that feeling, Toastmasters, that we all are the Toastmasters. And that is the feeling we are living. And that is the love. And that's why we all are passionate. We have our meeting on the Eid and Ramzan because we are passionate. We are love what we are doing. Because this feeling is again a wonderful feeling. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Eid.
Okay, I would call upon the next speaker, TM Naveenta Karan, and who will be evaluated by TM Asghar Ramzan. So please, TM Asghar Ramzan, unmute your mic and explain the objectives.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Team Navinta is doing a path from dynamic leadership, a level 1, and today the project she's presenting, researching and presenting. The objective of the project is to learn or review the basic research method and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. The topic of today's speech is debunking myths. Please welcome Dr. Navinta on the stage.
Am I audible to you?
Yes.
And video is also clear?
Yes. Great.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters and fellow colleagues and guests too. Today the topic I had to present was about research. What could be easier than coronavirus pandemic for medical related persons, right? So I thought to educate you on that virus. So, okay, basically what is coronavirus? We used to say COVID-19. O stands for corona, I stands for virus, and D stands for disease. So that, and especially it started in 2019, so it is coronavirus disease. Novel coronavirus is a group of viruses which can lead you to the flu-like symptoms to the Middle East respiratory syndrome and severe acute respiratory distress syndrome as well, right? So in past few days, we were listening different facts and myths and rumors for coronavirus disease. Some people says it exists, some says it doesn't exist, and what should do and what should not do. So let me explain or clear the myths around for a few of them, right? So first of all, the first thing came in my mind was alcohol. People used to say that alcohol helps you in fighting with coronavirus disease, but it's not like that. There is no such given recommendation that alcohol can help you with that, although alcohol can lead to the liver diseases as well as cardiac diseases as well. So alcohol is not safe for anyone, especially not for COVID-19 disease, because if a person is suffering from viral disease and if he's consuming alcohol, the chances of rising of liver disease and cardiac disease becomes very high, right? Okay. From past few days, wherever we go, we have seen thermal detectors or machine gun which uses our temperature. So people think that everybody is going inside is being through the thermal detectors and it is very safe. But thermal detector is just for checking the temperature. Anyone can have fever like for chest infection, any urine infection, or fever could be through any source. But it's not important, or it's not necessary that everyone having COVID-19 can easily be detected, because from 2 to 14 days, a person is asymptomatic and could be a carrier releasing aerosols of COVID-19. So thermal detectors are not just fully reliable to check COVID-19, right? Hydroxyquinine. The next is hydroxyquinine. A month back, a patient contacted me that I'm diagnosed with COVID-19 and I just urgently need hydroxyquinine. I said, why do you need hydroxyquinine? He said, no, I've heard hydroxyquinine has the effects that could save me from coronaviruses, and I have been to every big medical store and everywhere, but I cannot buy that because there was no availability of hydroxyquinine. I told him this, I do have hydroxyquinine at my home, but it is not recommended to take it until it is prescribed by your doctor, because it can give you a long QT interval and it's not completely safe to use at home, right? The next is people says that only older people tends to have it, not older people. Yes, but they have the high tendency because as with age, the cardiac problems and the asthmatic problems and other problems do exist, but not every person can have it. Every person can have it from, I have seen myself, very young adults suffering and dying from COVID-19. So it's not just only for young adults. Okay. The next step is the mask is very important. Mask is too important. It can save you from droplets, but not from aerosols. And what is the basic difference between droplets and aerosols? It's just a difference of size. What are droplets? Droplets are quite like size bigger than the aerosols. Aerosols are so tiny that it cannot be seen and you cannot, and it from Mars. And what is very important to do is maintain a 1 meter distance so that the aerosols cannot come across your face. So that is also very important. Mask is important. It can save you, but 1 meter distance is also very important. Okay. Next come is garlic. Garlic has its own antimicrobial properties. It can help you fighting against any viral flu, but it is not being researched that it can help you with coronavirus disease. It can help you with other disease. It has antimicrobial properties, but not with other disease. Okay. The next is antibiotics. Basically, antibiotics helps to use to kill bacterial infections, but it is not used in viral diseases. So it's of no help in this coronavirus disease. The most important thing is increased temperature will lead to the death of the coronavirus. So coronavirus has been seen in the countries where the temperature is too high as compared to the Pakistan. But if it's not any research that increased temperature could kill coronavirus, but the temperature here in Pakistan, it's like 40 to 50 degrees centigrade in the highest warmer regions. But the coronavirus starts to decrease its power after 60 degrees centigrade. So it is not increased temperature cannot kill coronavirus. And the last one is holding breath for 10 seconds. That is not a diagnostic test for coronavirus. Only PCR is the diagnostic test for coronavirus detection. So what should we do to prevent yourself from coronavirus? The CDC recommended that there are simple measures you should do. Avoid close contact with people. There always be a 1 meter distance. Try not to touch your eyes, your ears and nose. And what you should do is to avoid meeting, shake hands. Perhaps what you can do like this, you can hide them, or what you can do, you can tap your hand, right? And sneezing from the tissue paper, what you have to do is like this and throw it in the bin, and or use flax elbow yourself. Wash hands and also tell your children how to wash hands with the WHO recommended washing hands theory, and wearing mask when you go out, and always keep a 1 meter distance. And that's all. Thanks so much. Over to Toastmaster.
Okay. Now I would like to call upon the second last speaker, DTM Talha bin Hamid, and he would be evaluated by TM Naveenta Karan. So, TM Naveenta Karan, please could you explain the objectives?
Yes, sir. So, DTM Talha, the purpose of the statement is the project. The purpose of the project is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of the speech. And
could you be a bit more louder and closer to the your speaker?
Okay.
Because your voice is coming a bit distant.
Wait. Am I audible clear now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Oh, thank you. So TTM Talha will be giving his icebreaker from the strategic relationships level 1, and the speech title is a series of unfortunate events. So welcome TTM Talha. And the speech, okay, and the timings would be 5 to 7 minutes. All the best.
Thank you so much. Let me just set up the timing and then I'll start. Anyone confirm? Am I audible and visible?
Your voice is breaking up a bit, Tala. Your voice is breaking up. It's like, oh, not.
How about now?
It's good. It's all good. Please carry on. It's all good.
Okay. Okay.
Much better. Carry on, please.
It was the June of 78, and the city was the very same as this. A boy came into this world, and boy, was he pissed. Whack, 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 whack. He screamed day and night. Even his mother couldn't love him, no matter how hard she tried. He was thin, dark, and anemic, and his mannerisms were manic. His cries were demonic, and his love was in a panic. What have we done? Thought the new mom every single day. Her days were turning dark, and her hair was turning gray. And fellow Toastmasters and guests, this was my grand arrival into this world. I was born in Karachi, but my hometown is Quetta, and I spent my childhood amid swaying pines, blue mountains, bluer skies, and scented breeze. We practically lived in an orchard. When I was 4, I started going to school, and 3 years later, we welcomed my baby sister into this world. At first, everything was fine. I was doing well at school. I even survived the transition to an English medium school at age 5. But then, 2 years later, all hell broke loose. 2 fair maidens came all the way from foreign lands and descended upon my class. One from Hong Kong and one from USA. And together, they proved to be my doom, because before their arrival, I was at the top of my class. And since they were foreign educated, with amazing speaking skills and fancy accents and knowledge about everything, I never stood a chance. The next year, I was nowhere near the podium, let alone being at the top of the class. At that point in time, I lost all my interest in studies. And to this day, I haven't regained it. I transitioned into college, pre-engineering, and that was a rude shock to the system. Because in O levels, we were used to a certain way of studying, and that was a rude transition. And naturally, I was nowhere near top of the class. I only obtained grade B, which was not good enough to get me into any engineering university. And that should have been said, but by then I had stopped caring. I enrolled myself with Institute of Chartered Accountants of Pakistan, and I passed out as a chartered accountant in 2002, 6 years later. 3 years later, I qualified as certified internal auditor. Between 2002 and today, 18 years, I switched many jobs. I could tell you how many I switched, but I stopped keeping score about 4 years ago. But I'd love to share with you my CV, and I'd love if you can share it with someone else as well. I'm always open for that. But these days, I'm fortunate enough to be working with the Citizen Foundation, and it works for the education of children in underprivileged areas. And I believe that this may very well be, fingers crossed, my calling in life, but who knows? In 2006, I got married, and I was blessed with 4 beautiful. Hello, can everyone hear me? There was some
Yeah, you
problem.
are audible. You are audible.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. So I've discovered that every day is a new journey, and almost exactly 4 years ago, I stepped into this very club and I became a Toastmaster. And boy, oh boy, the life that I've lived in these 4 years, I never thought of living in the previous 38 years. And to this day, I cannot believe what I've gained from this community. It's not about what I plan to gain, what I plan to add to my career, what skills do I plan to have. It's never ever about that. It's always about the journey, and it's never ever about the destination, because the journey is the destination. But you know what? We all yearn for that one time and one place, our childhood. And in school, I learned a song that encapsulates that version of heaven that we all have in our hearts. And I'm sure you recognize that song too. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Okay, now I would like to call upon our last speaker, TM Imran Rana, and he would be evaluated by TM Anam Kadri. So please, TM Anam Kadri, explain the objectives.
Okay, counting for the interruption in between, my time for this speech was exactly 6 minutes, 30 seconds.
That's a very...
And if you doubt that, you could have it timed by someone else, but you did not.
Yes, I can
So it means it was not deliberate.
Unfortunately. We trust your timings, DTM Taha. And so TM Anam Kadri, I call upon you and to explain the objectives of the speech. Is she even there?
Yes, I'm.
Thank you, finally.
Okay. So TM Imran Rana is Imran Rana is going to deliver the speech from the CC Annual Project 8, Get Comfortable with the Visual Aids. Its speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Its speech title is the year 2019-2020. Over to you, TM Imran Rana. Best of luck.
I request Toastmaster Talha not to share the screen, and Toastmaster Anna, many happy returns of the day. It is so difficult to spell or even write the word success without you. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, Karachi Toastmasters Club had seen so many successful years, but this year, 2019-2020, has many reasons to remember and celebrate. Here am I proudly sharing the progress of our club for the year 2019-2020. But before that, let me reintroduce the executive members. This year, the ExCom comprises of the following beautiful and energetic members. The Sergeant at Arms, the smart and efficient Toastmaster Fazan Abbasi. The Secretary, Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan, a very dedicated Toastmaster who is always available to work in any capacity. Treasurer, our distinguished Toastmaster Rashid Dastagi. VP Membership, District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Samir Hamid Thodi. VP Public Relations, the very talented Toastmaster Rahma Unib, and VP Education, Toastmaster Urusa Kawal, the backbone of our club, who's always amazed with her amazing and poetic announcement, which is always lovely to read and lovely to read and heart touching, and very encouraging for every member. As the tagline, and last but not the least, the immediate past president, distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid, the torch bearer, who is always there for his support and for visionary guidance. This year, the tagline of our annual convention is Stronger Together. Actually, we work according to that theme. We work as a team day and night. We work as a team day and night, and the result is that we had so many meetings. Qaid-e-Azam once said, work, work, and only work. We change it to meetings, meetings, and only meetings. This year, KTC has conducted so many meetings in the face of fashion weeks, rains, strikes, processions, and holidays, and even in COVID-19, the result is that we have achieved so many great achievements. This year, we had 6 speakathons, and no wonders we may have 7th one soon in the month of June. We achieved all Smedley Awards. We were the first one in Pakistan to achieve President Distinguished Awards within 6 months. Our members achieved 72 plus educational awards. 10 of our members received Triple Crown Awards in annual convention. And our eloquent members have delivered 200 plus speeches. This year, Toastmaster Mariam Arif and Toastmaster Anam Qadri are the podium finisher in first ever district contest. Some people said it cannot be done, and some said it is impossible to do it. We ignored all those negative thoughts. And we did it. The evaluation speech contest, the special thing about evaluation speech contest was that it was the first time we conducted evaluation speech contest online. This was the biggest challenge for our members, and by the grace of Almighty, we were successful. I would like to highlight one important thing about the contests were that we make sure the quality of contest. For that, we requested our seniors to educate not only the contestants but also arrange training sessions for our judges so that the best candidate can get the podium position. When life throws lemon at you, make lemonade. When the pandemic COVID-19 broke out, chances of conducting physical meetings were almost finished. It was the best time to take the right and quick decisions. We consider risk as opportunity and conducted our first virtual meeting on March 18, 2020. And after that, we are still continuing conducting meetings online. During this pandemic, we have so many successful and quality online meetings, not only within our club, but with our neighboring countries. We had a combined meeting with Elite Toastmasters Kolkata, India. We arranged a showcase meeting for Quetta, and we have arranged long form of meetings for our members as well. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I must say that this year, 2019 and 2020, is one of the best and finest year in the history of our club. We have discovered so many new energetic members. With the combined efforts of our members and ExCom, we were able to become on top of the list. And I'm pleased to share that most of the clubs are now following the footsteps of our club. I would like to sing a song to give tribute to our club and our eager and brave members. So here I go. Just a minute. I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, I believe. I know I can count on me, so stand up for the champions, stand up. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
I'm pleased to inform that the speech timing is 8 minutes 52 seconds.
Okay. That was a very wonderful speech, Mr. President. And now I would ask upon the timer that have all the speakers qualified. DTM Tala. You have to unmute your mic.
Hello?
Hello? DTM Talha.
What happened?
I was asking, it's in the agenda. I have all the speakers qualified.
Okay, sorry, I missed that.
Yes, that's
all
why
the speakers,
I was waiting for your time.
Yeah, so all the speakers qualified except for two, Toastmaster Asghar and Toastmaster Imran Rana. Toastmaster Asghar went, duration of the speech was 8 minutes and 35 seconds, and Toastmaster Imran's duration was 8 minutes and 52 seconds. I leave it to our honorable president to decide the fate of these two speakers. Thank you so much.
Mr. President, I think that they're far, they have a huge margin. Mr. President, your opinion is needed over here. Are you there, Mr.
May I
President?
just jump in? Sorry,
Yes.
may I just jump in? I would
Sure.
say that it was such a scintillating session. Today, let's make an exception and let everybody in because it was so wonderful. Each and every speech. How's that?
Sure. Okay. So
If the president doesn't mind me jumping in.
The district director has spoken, and no one dare mind your jumping in. So yeah.
You are the
Mr.
you are the
President,
district director.
Mr. President, you should be thankful.
What? Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster, District Director, District 120 KTC. Thank you very much.
Okay, now I would hopefully TM Sabah Khan and I would like.
I'm sorry, I'm barging in right now, but keeping everything intact, there is a song that is just hit on Channel Festival.
Yes, this hit me. I was disconnected and then I reconnected.
It's hit everywhere. It's hit everywhere.
Okay.
It hit as soon as Toastmaster Imran started singing.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Now, hopefully, TM Sabah is listening to me. She would be floating the link for the votes. And after that, I would like to call upon the table topic master, TM Urusa Kaval. So please, TM Urusa Kaval, could you go about proceeding the table topic session?
Yes, Toastmaster Hiba. As the president said, when
Toastmaster
live.
of the evening, what about voting?
Yes, I've called upon the. I'm done with the voting.
Okay. So
You can send your vote to Toastmaster Sabah, the VP Education.
Yeah, you can send.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Or she'll be floating a link, hopefully, or something like that.
You can send your votes
Okay,
privately.
thank you. Thank.
Okay, now TM Urusa.
All the speakers are qualified.
Yes, all the speakers are qualified.
Send me the votes in a private chat.
Okay. Now TM Urusa Kaval, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Okay, as the president said, when life throws lemons at you, make lemonade. But what do you do the next day or the day after? You have no lemons. So let us start and ask people, what do they do the day after their wedding or after their graduation? Toastmaster Samir, is he here or he left? Oh, he just left, I think. Okay. Toastmaster Jahangir, can you unmute your mic? DTM Jahangir, are you there? Okay, I think he's not there. TM Saliha, are you there?
Yes, a very good evening, Toastmaster.
Good evening to you too. We are having a table topic session. Would you like to participate?
Yes, always up for any table topics.
Okay, so the topic today is the day after. And your topic is the day after I met my friend. The word of the day is overmorrow. The meaning of the word is the day after tomorrow. So your topic is the day after I met my friend. Please go ahead.
Okay. I'm just okay. Let's start. Uh, in our lives, we meet how many people, hundreds of people, thousands of people, and some of them leave very strong influence over our soft, neutral minds, and some of them leave no impression at all. I met one of my good friends. I remember Bushra Majid in the very first month of my first year at university. She was a shy, soft girl with her elder sister, whereas me, bubbly and talkative girl ready to help everyone. I met her when she was figuring out the schedule of the upcoming classes. And it was since that day and till this day, we are friends because she knows how to adjust with my personality. When you become friends with someone, the very first day is a very good day because you get to know each other. And the day after, day by day, you get to know the bad of a person. And then you start from getting influenced with a positive impact, you start to kind of, start hating that person. But this matter wasn't there with me and Bushra because I was opening a new demographic for Bushra and I was giving her new thoughts and perception. Whereas she was able to consume all the data I would give her and not go bored of my data. So yes, fellow Toastmasters and guests, the day after you meet a person, the first day is the very first impression that is mostly 80% a mirage. It's fake. Don't go with it.
Toastmaster Saleh, are you there?
I think she has done. You can call the next one.
All right. Toastmaster Latif, can you unmute your mic?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. The day after my graduation, the word of the day is overmorrow.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Graduation is what I had strived a lot for it actually, because at very early age I started my job and then helping my parents' business. But then after a few years, again, I started and finished my graduation. Finally, when I realized what I was behind graduation, I thought that it was better I should be investing more of the time in my creative ideas or versatile act, what I wanted to do. So graduation didn't help me anywhere. Then I'm sorry, nothing.
All right, Toastmaster Latif. So I see Toastmaster Jangir is back. Can you unmute?
Yes, sorry, I was driving.
No worries, no worries. Okay, for you the topic is the day after she said, I like you. The word of the day is overmorrow.
Oh, okay, first let me check. My wife is not there. Yeah, it's fine. Thank you, Madam Table Topic Master. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. The day after she said, I like you, it was that day which I waited for a very long time. That day finally came to my life. I was really happy that she was meeting me after a very long time, as we were great friends.
and she said she really likes me. But that was a bit too late. A day before, I was already engaged. So, ladies and gentlemen, the day she said, the day after, what was the topic? The day she said she likes me was a bit late. Many a times we get late expressing ourselves to the person we really want to say whatever we want to say. We get a bit late. So in order to say the right thing, there is this thing which we have to keep in mind, that we don't know about tomorrow. So we have to say whatever it is to the person that day itself. So this is something which I really believe in at the moment, and this is something which I always preach as well, that we shouldn't be keeping things in our heart. We should tell the person what we feel about them that moment itself. So it's better to say it rather than waiting for later. Thank you, and back to you.
I disagree with you, DTM Jahangir. No, it's
Thank you.
never good. No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmaster Jahangir. Toastmaster Zishan.
Oh.
Yeah, have you unmuted yourself? Toastmaster Zishan, are you there? Okay. Toastmaster Ali Hasnain, is your mic fixed? Okay.
Yeah, my
It's fixed. It's fixed. All right. So your topic is the day after the moon shone bright. The word of the day is overmorrow. The day after the moon shone bright. Toastmaster Ali, we can't hear you. Are you? Yes.
I think there's a problem with Alias 10. You can move.
Ali, we can't hear you. I'd like to give the topic to someone else.
Can you hear me?
No, I can't. We can't hear you. At the moment, I can hear you, but if you were saying something in previous, I couldn't hear you.
Okay.
I think we can hear you now.
Would you like to say something on the topic?
Yeah, sure. You can send your topic. I'm here.
Okay, the day after the moon shone bright. That was the topic.
The day after the moon shone bright.
Yeah.
Thank you, TM Rusa, for giving me the opportunity. And as far as I can recall, it's been more than a year since I was invited for the table topic. And most of my life I've spent either in Lahore or Karachi. And no offenses, but one of the most polluted cities I have experienced, and never really have seen the moon shone bright. And the short stay I had in Islamabad was the time when I actually saw the moon shining bright. And it's like right after the sunset, all you can see in the city is the moon shining bright. Nothing else to see, no people, no life, and maybe only animals. And then I realized the closest city to the nature I have been to is Islamabad, one of them. If you have ever been there, you must have experienced the same. Uh, if you want to experience the life, how it's close to the nature, I would suggest do visit Islamabad and see how the nature shines bright in Islamabad. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali. All right, the last topic for today, Toastmaster Sabah. Can we unmute you? Or can you unmute yourself? All right. Could you speak a little louder? All right. The topic for you is the day after I saw that photo on Instagram.
Let me wait a minute. My camera is not. Am I visible?
Let me check.
Yes.
Yes, you're visible.
Can you please repeat the topic?
The day after I saw that photo on Instagram.
The day I saw that photo on Instagram. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I fell in love when I saw him first time on Instagram. It was very well decorated from its top, filled with chocolate and completely covered with chocolate. It was not a chocolatey boy. It was a chocolate cake. I am learning cooking. I was not a good chef. I was not even able to make a goal roti. So I can dream that I'll cook one day because I was a complete nerd. So that's why I could just dream that I will cook. And if someone does not know that how to cook a goal roti, so how can one can think about that, about go switch to baking? But recently I got him and I uploaded his picture on my Instagram feed, and it was, and that this present one was more better than X photo on Instagram, and this one got more likes than that X picture on Instagram. Over to the table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sabah. Amazing discussions, amazing content. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Okay. Now I would ask the timer for qualification. Have all the table topic speakers qualified? DTM Tala?
Okay, sorry, I was mute and I didn't realize it. So, not that it matters, but yeah, all the speakers did qualify actually.
Okay, that's good. And now I would ask everyone to vote for their favorite table topic speaker. Please privately message it to TM Sabah and Sabah Khan. And and after that, we would move on to the third part of the program, which is the evaluation session. I would now ask the general evaluator for the day, TM Asghar Ramzan, to please step in and take over charge as the general evaluator. TM Asghar Ramzan is not there. Oh, he's there. TM Asghar? TM Asghar. TM Asghar, are you there? TM Asghar?
I think
think
there
he's
must
not
be a.
there.
I think there must be a problem because it's a storm going on, and it's
Yeah.
hitting the various parts of the city. So maybe someone else can take up the session, and then when PM Asghar is back, he can resume.
Oh, let's talk on to.
Can I be the general evaluator?
Yes, sure. You can step in.
Okay. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, we are moving towards the third session of the meeting, that is general evaluation. Speaker was Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you very much. I cannot turn on my camera because there's no power, so bear with me on this. Tia Manam Kadri, and the speech title was Why Oh Why? What should I say? It's a great honor and a privilege to evaluate you, a person with diverse speaking capabilities and oration styles, and on top of it, the vocabulary for us to at least come just a little bit closer to yours. It complements not only the intent and the content that you deliver, but the intonation, the way you deliver it is extraordinary. There is something amazing and magic that happens whenever you step on the stage. One unique feature which you display or demonstrate or present is your ability to draw the audience and make them feel what you feel. You make us see the words you're saying it. And that is a true quality of a public speaker. That is a true quality of an orator. You practically nail it. That is something that you excelled at. I think everyone should not say no to. Especially, particularly in this speech, what I have discovered is your ability to use pauses, but then I would probably, that what I have felt is basically a slight disconnection because how should I put it? Because the pauses were not given elongation a little, or maybe a little less pause was there. It should have been more, or maybe the appropriate intent of pause was not there. Maybe, I mean, it's still a maybe. You can still work towards it. That should not be a big problem. Because your intonation was on top, your body language was on top, your expressions were on top, and I just could not find anything that I could say, oh, you know what, you could excel at this, or you could work on this, and so on and so forth. There's this small areas, especially in this speech, that the content and a little slight disconnection from the audience, that's what I have felt. Maybe you could work it out a little. What you could do is to challenge yourself is, there is always a magic in pauses. It's been said that any musician can play any note, anywhere, on any scale. But what magic lies beneath or on top of it are the pauses. And that's where the art is. I was watching a Trudeau speech this morning, and he took 22-second pause to form his answer and then deliver his speech before he jumped at impulsively. So if he can do 22 seconds, I'm sure everybody can do 3 to 5 seconds at least. And there is magic in it. You draw the audience in. So maybe you could challenge yourself with that. With this, I congratulate you for the completion of this project, and best of luck in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Zishan. Now, I would like to hand over back charge to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Askar. Toastmaster Askar?
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for the interrupter. I was supposed to supervise the third segment, which was the evaluation, but I was just disconnected and went away to reconnect myself. The first evaluation has been done. This is the second speech. TM was the evaluator right now, whose speech has been finished. Anna, the evaluation of the speech.
Toastmaster Anand's speech has been finished.
Okay, so this is the time of our second speaker was none other than myself, TM Asghar. Okay, so TM Asghar will be evaluated by Ghulam Qadir. Please welcome Ghulam Qadir.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Today I will be evaluating one of our best speakers of KTC, Toastmaster Asghar Ramzan, and his topic was privacy violation vis-a-vis one Asghar Ramzan. Am I audible?
Yes, now you are audible. There was a disconnection in the initially, but now you are audible.
Okay, perfectly great. So, Toastmaster Asghar Ramzan's project title was Privacy Violation vis-a-vis one's upmanship. So, I'll start evaluating him with the content. So, when he started off, it was a comparison between what our meetings used to be, luxury hotels, and post-COVID. That was a pre-COVID talking about, as we used meetings over there in the beach luxury of the KTC, and then he compared it with the post-COVID era, whereby we are having these online meetings, and he compared the pros and cons of the online meetings. So he initially scared us that when we go into the online meeting, people, that 10, 20 people, individuals who are in the meeting, especially the colleagues, are speaking in your house. I'm not sure who else is speaking in my house. I just have got this cupboard at the background and this wall and my daughter's painting over here. So that's what we have. Anyways, so we started off with that, and then we kept on changing the backgrounds. The backgrounds look beautiful, especially the New York Bridge, which we showed as a background. He also explained the learnings of his from the fellow Toastmasters as to how he has learned for the background, as to how he has to have the color and the wall clock. He explained for the future that he needs to have that wall clock as soon as this lockdown period ends. Yes, he added the of the picture in which he was there, and he was looking like this as if somebody has just taken his name, and he explained that his wife was calling on that. So, as usual, whenever I listen to Toastmaster Ramzan, is far and superb, I would rate it as. So now coming body language. The body language was confidence. His eye contact with the audience, with the camera, because the audience is there on the screen and he has to make eye contact with the camera. So eye contact with the camera was perfect. He used both his hands So the hand gestures were good. His body language was confident. The stage movement, since he was standing up, the stage movement, the kind of frame that he kept on moving in a frame, and that was perfect. So overall, if I summarize Toastmaster Azhar Ramzan, as I said, that I always enjoy his speeches. His speech was perfect speech. Loved his speech. The content was great. The body language was great. And we will be witnessing, inshallah, again, one of the winners in the form of uh, Toastmaster Azhar Ramzan. Over to you, General Evaluator. Hello.
Toastmaster Azhar, you're muted.
Sorry. Thank you, Ghulam Qadir, for your generous evaluation. Our third speaker was TM Ali Ashar, and TM Ali Ashar will be evaluated by TM Urusa Kamal. So please
No,
welcome
DTM Tala.
DTM Tala. Okay.
Yes.
So please, DTM Tala, the mic is.
Okay. Thank you so much, General Evaluator. And okay, I will ask, I will request Toastmaster Imran Rana to time this evaluation, please. Okay. And secondly, let me just display my notes. Okay. Thank you so much. So Toastmaster Ali Ashar Anjum. One regrets that we cannot witness you in person, because you are one of those speakers who have to be witnessed in person. If you can be so intense, if you can be so eloquent through this lifeless screen, you would be amazing in person. And I've seen you in person. And your performance was in that famous trial where we tried Toastmaster Ehsan Jamal for certain crimes committed during the office, and the testimony that you gave, that was enough to have him hanged. So again, you displayed that energy, that passion, that conviction today. Your speech was, in fact, very inspirational, both in terms of content and in terms of delivery. You had a very good start. You had poise, you had confidence, your gestures were amazing. You had clarity, you had passion, and the sound effects that you gave during the speech were perfectly done. So I've very rarely seen sound effects so perfectly done. Your speech had expressions, your face and your voice, they were in perfect harmony. And when you said that was the impact, so we really, really felt the impact in our heart. In fact, your intensity might have summoned the storm that has hit the city. But trust me, it was nothing. It pales in comparison to your passion. Some improvement areas, you had some grammar problems during the speech. And while they were not significant, they did take away from the impact of the speech, because when you're hearing something this good, even a little imperfection stands out. You had some problems with flow. I got the feeling that at certain points in time, you were trying to gather your ideas. And at other times, your speech appeared very well planned and very, very methodical. So there was a contradiction. I believe it was partially maybe due to your delivery. I might have been mistaken. So some sentences, some phrases, some paragraphs you delivered where you appeared to be stuttering a bit in terms of your flow, and some were very, very well elaborated. At one point, you said, ordinary person like me. So I take strong exception to that, because none of us is ordinary. And anybody who finds the courage to stand on the stage and deliver their heart's content with such intensity and such grace is anything but ordinary. So please never underestimate yourself, because you're not ordinary. To challenge yourself, I would suggest that you be even more lyrical and poetic, because you have that potential. you can employ more rhythmic devices, you can employ more imagery in your speeches. So that would be good, but amazing job and well done. Over to you, Journal Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Tala, for your evaluation. The next speaker was TM Navinta Karan, and TM Navinta will be evaluated by myself.
Toastmaster Imran, sorry, I have to step away for 5 to 10 minutes. Can you please continue the timing, and then when I come back, I can resume the timing. Okay.
Okay, the team Navinta, are you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. The project was about research and presentation of data. You selected a very relevant project for research and presented in a very, systematically with full of relevant information, starting from the definition, described various theories, including conspiracy theories, and then many other myths related to this pandemic. And then you went on to submit your suggestion how to avoid it. We came to know about why it is COVID, why it is 19. I have never heard it. I was still confused why it was COVID, why it was 19. And there was a difference between the aerosol and droplet. I thought they are same. Thank you for the information. The language was quite simple and understandable, even coming from a professional doctors. I have never, I always try to understand the handwriting and the technical subjects spoken and written by a medical professor, from someone who is from medical profession. The whole informations had been even more credible if you presented them with the differences and some anecdotes. Although you referred quite relevantly and appropriately CDC recommendation and your suggestion part, many vital information I think were left to be referred by you. For example, who said you're saying the hydrochloroquine is not safe? Who said virus is present from 2 to 14 days? Alcohol is not good. WHO, Lancet, Dr. Fauci, someone else. Because when we do research, reference make them credible. It is always happened with the research. I mean, otherwise it was a very systematic speech given with full preparation. I'm waiting for your next speech. Please come up with your next speech sooner than later. Or to me, Journal Evaluator. Thank you.
Toastmaster.
The next speaker was Tala. If he is not here, we can skip him and we'll go TM Imran speech. Team Tala is not here, right?
No,
So
no,
the
his
next,
evaluation. No, he is here. Let's record his evaluation.
should we record his evaluation?
Yes.
Okay, so team Navinta, please go ahead with your evaluation. The system is recording it. The recording will ultimately be conveyed to the DTM Tala. Please go ahead your evaluation. Over to you,
Sure.
Navinta.
Okay. First of all, I would like to congratulate the DTM Tandha for his icebreaker in his strategic relationship level 1, a series of unfortunate events. He started his speech in a very, it was by telling him how was his grand arrival, and he was basically from Quetta and then landed in Karachi, and about the school stories and how he felt low when the foreigner students came in and the school and the college life. The starting was very marvelously done with nice gestures and in a form of a poetic or a lyric way. I really like that. And yes, actually, what I felt missing was he must tell him what encouraged him and who motivated him when he did not get selected in the pre-engineering college, and he shifted from there to the chartered accountancy. And yes, his vocal variety was amazing. He always excelled at that. He's an exemplary public speaker, and he excels at using his tone, like the way from up and down. The way he ended with the poetry was really, really amazing, because very few Toastmasters can do it very confidently, not by feeling shy or any other thing. And his eye contact was great. His physical gestures were amazing. So overall, I really liked his speech, but I really felt that in icebreaker you should be like more informative about your family, like what your father's doing and what your mother do, like exactly. So I really missed that in his ice breaking and his motivation. And in this 4 years, I have seen an amazing transformation in DTM Talha, because a few days back I was just going to very like initial speeches of Talha, and I really seen that this is incredible, the hard work you have put on, and thank you so much. That's all. Congratulations to DTM Talha for his ice breaking speech.
Thank you, Navinta. Thank you, Navinta, for your evaluation. Our last speaker was none other than our very beloved President, TM Imran Rana. TM Imran Rana will be evaluated by TM Anam Qadri. Yes, she is there. Anam, the mic is with you. Please proceed and evaluate the speech delivered by TM Imran Rana.
Thank you so much, TM Afsar. TM Imran Rana, you started off really nice by quoting in a few quotes from Talha bin Hamid, or was it were your quotes, the meeting and meetings? I thought, okay, that was yours. Okay, thank you so much. So we can say that it's Qaide Imran who said meetings and meetings. He started off really well, and he ended the speech well as well, with a very well sung song, the song that we all always enjoy hearing whenever it is played. Even the kids also start moving to that song. So I liked it how you ended and you began your speech. Then you displayed the slides. You used the PowerPoint slides. Those were colorful. Those were nice. A few things are that when you are showing the slides, first of all, it's recommended that you don't clutter the slides a lot with the images. Like you can use 1 or 2 images per slide, but not more than that, because it clutters up the slide and the viewer gets confused. Secondly, this is also recommended that when you are using the slides, please show a one-liner text, or just a word explaining what would be there, what we can expect in the slide. This will do nothing, but it will help the viewers prepare their minds that, okay, what we are seeing into what we are going to see in this slide, how we are going to comprehend it, and how we are going to move over with the entire presentation. This adds with the flow of the presentation as well. Rest, it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. Best of luck for your future projects as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, TM Anam Qadri, for your evaluation. This is the end of the evaluation of prepared speeches. The next is to evaluate table topic speeches. Who is the evaluator? If I'm not wrong, TM Shamam is the evaluator of table topic speeches.
Toastmaster Asghar, please ask for the best evaluator vote.
Okay, oh sorry. Please vote for the best evaluator, and then we move on to the evaluator of our table topic speeches. Please vote, send your vote to TM Sabah Khan privately, and so that she could collect them and report us back in the end of our session. Let me put my vote. Hope everyone has done it, because I have done it, and I'm one of the slowest person among you. So I suppose that everyone has completed the casting as a vote. The next is the evaluator of our table topic speeches, GM Urusa. GM Shamam Khan is going to evaluate the table topic speeches, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, Toastmaster Shamam.
Okay, so please welcome Toastmaster Shamam Khan. The mic is yours. Please proceed.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, very much audible. Very much
Okay,
audible.
and I've tried to put myself on the video as well. Am I visible also?
Yes, yes, quite
Okay.
visible.
Thank you, General Evaluator, and hi to all fellow Toastmasters. We don't have guests today, but that's okay. Thank you for having me to offer my evaluation points on the table topic speakers today. Let's just start with a thumbs up to the table topic master, as well as to the table topic speakers who made the session quite demonstrative of how to nosedive into the ocean of words and then come out with impressive and expressive narratives. Believe me, this is a crucial skill that we are still learning, and it takes ages to learn, because that's what we are required to do at work and life. No one gives us time to prepare our speeches. So anyways, let's get to the speakers now. We first had Toastmaster Saleha, and she spoke about a friend she met. Now here, her Toastmaster experience showed her great skills, the way her voice and her smile projected her feelings about a good friend she met. I liked her opening the speech with a statement about general first impressions, and that was captivating. And she concluded with a sound message, and at that point, she was broke out due to internet. But it was great going, Toastmaster Sabah. Second, we had Toastmaster Latif come up with the day after the graduation. So Toastmaster Latif is new to Karachi Toastmasters Club, I think. It was his first day, I guess. But he showed his speaking experience for a short while. He started well with going down the memory lane, but I think that was very long ago and he could not keep up with the memories from far, past. Anyway, you tried very well, and I must say that good going, Toastmaster Latif. One suggestion for Toastmaster Latif and for all of us overall is never be sorry at Toastmasters, because it is nothing other than a learning platform. So keep going on no matter what till the timer shows you a red card. Even then you can go on for 30 more seconds. But never stop, never be sorry. All of us are learning, and all of us are learning from our mistakes and through evaluations. So I hope that whoever gets down at some point of 2.5 minute, 2.30 minutes must, keep on going. Third, we had Toastmaster Jahangir with the day she said she likes you. His speech got my attention right from the start with a smiling and fun tone he had. He associated this topic with a life story that can be taken as a funny or a sad incident in his life. That is up to all of us. But I really liked the way he openly responded to this rather controversial question. It was also a show of seasoned Toastmaster to conclude with a sentimental and social and psychological message of never holding your emotions. So good job, Toastmaster Jahangir. Then we had Ali Hussain come up with the day after the moon shone bright. I liked the pace and the pitch, especially when you said, if you have been in Islamabad, you must have experienced it. And it had a rather down tone expressing the real blue feelings that you have come across when you think about Islamabad or a shining moon that you don't get to see in Karachi. But I like the expressions to keep expressing your sentiments, whether low or high. So good job, Toastmaster Ali. Then we had Toastmaster Sabah with day after I saw that photo on Instagram. Her expertise as a Toastmaster experience was evident with her captivating opening. I fell in love. So my attention was suddenly all on her. What is she going to say after that? And I liked the expression in her voice, the pitch when she talked about a chocolate cake. She associated this with the life experience was fun and excitement tone with funny description around the photo uploading on Instagram. So that was a good job. Overall, I think best part of today's table topic was table topic masters well thought questions as per the theme of today's meeting and quality of speeches. Each speaker, I think, was nowhere less than an inspirational speaker in their own way. To excel in public speaking, all we have to do is bit of polishing and practicing. So keep coming in Toastmasters Club meeting, keep practicing, keep shining. Over to you, General Evaluator. Hello.
Yes. Thank you, Team Shamam, for your evaluation.
Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you. Am I audible? Okay. Thank you, Team Shamam, for your thoughts and for your excellent evaluation to all the speakers. And I totally agree with you that this session that we have is experimental learning, which is distinguished Toastmasters to all other similar clubs. And we must speak as much as possible. We must work together to bring out the best in each other. Just I forgot to tell that the timer, have all evaluators qualified? Okay, thank you. The next is about reports from facilitator. The first one is World Masters. Who was our World Masters today? TM Murusa.
It was myself, Toastmaster as well.
Sure.
Okay, and the word of the day was overmorrow, and no one used it in any of the table topics or the prepared speeches, and maybe because it is a very big word, very long and longer than tomorrow, so probably that's why. Over to you.
Okay, thank you. And now I would like to request to grammarian to please come up with his report.
Toastmaster Azhar. Most of the speakers used the grammar properly today. However, there were certain sentences in which there were certain grammatical mistakes. So one of the speakers said, we not only deprived, we are not only deprived. It should be successful. Then there was a grammatical mistake in the tenses. One of the speakers said, wake up. It should have been I woke up. Then one of the said, I feel. It should have been I felt. Then one of the speakers said, I have shown the moon. It should have been I, grammarian.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir, for your report. Now it's time for the super grammarian, our listener, to submit the report.
TM Sabah.
TM Sabah, are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Let's start. Enjoying the morning breeze.
Anam.
Enjoying the morning breeze. Guess. Come again?
TM Tala.
TM Anam Kadri.
Yes, Toastmaster Imran Rana is right.
Toastmaster Latif said this.
Can we all unmute ourselves for a while, please?
Let's move to the next. Let me confess.
Toastmaster Azhar.
Just imagine your life partner starts fighting with you and you forget to switch off camera.
Toastmaster Asghar.
Because we are passionate. That's why we have our meeting on Eid and Ramadan.
Toastmaster Ali Ashar.
A series of unfortunate events. Proudly sharing the progress.
Toastmaster Imran.
Garlic contains microbial property.
Dr. Navinta.
Dr.
I fell in love when I saw him first time.
Sabah Khan.
Yeah, Sabah.
Yeah, Sabah.
I was bubbly, expressive girl.
Saleha.
Very good listeners, you all.
Thank you, TM Sabah, for your report. What about the R counter? Do we have R counter today?
Yes, I'm the R counter. TM
Okay,
Heba.
please go ahead. Go ahead with your report, TM Heba.
Okay, for the prepared speeches, TM Anam Kadri, she had one one and the repetitive words were garbage, deprived. TM Asghar Ramzan, the repetitive word was books, around 4 hours, 2 and 1 hour. TM Ali Ashar, the repetitive words were Isaac, with, successful, just, and feeling. And the filler words are 3 hours and 2 TM Navita, 1 hour, the repetitive words viruses, alcohol, and coronavirus. DTM Talha bin Hamid, 1 hour, and about is the repetitive word. And journey as well. Sorry. TM Imran Rana, achievement contest. 1 hour, 1 And now for the table topic session, TM Saleha Khan. 1 hour, 1 and you know is the repetitive word. TM Latif, graduation, and 1 hour. TM Jahangir, she is the repetitive word, and 1 hour and 1 TM Ali Hasnan, moon is the repetitive word, 2 hours and 1 And the last but not the least, TM Sabah, cooking is the repetitive word, 1 hour, 1 and 1 hour. That's about it.
Thank you, Team Rais. And with this, we almost reached the end of this session. And there are some of my couple of observations regarding the overall meeting.
Timers.
Yes, timer regarding what? Regarding evaluation? Okay, so please, timer for all segment from the prepared speeches to the evaluation. Go ahead with your report.
Thank you, Journal Evaluator. And before starting the report, I thank Toastmaster Imran for taking over the timing duties while I was away. For prepared speeches, Toastmaster Anam spoke for 6 minutes 29 seconds. Toastmaster Asghar 8 minutes 35 seconds. Toastmaster Ali Ashar Anjum 5 minutes 55 seconds. Toastmaster Navinta 6 minutes 57 seconds. I spoke for 6 minutes 30 seconds. And Toastmaster Imran Rana 8 minutes 52 seconds. For table topics, Toastmaster Saleha spoke for 1 minute. Toastmaster Ali, I believe it was Toastmaster Babar Ali Hassan spoke for 1 minute. DTM Jahangir Khan 1 minute 37 seconds. Toastmaster Ali Hussain. Then was okay. Yeah, Toastmaster Ali Hassan 1 minute 39 seconds and Toastmaster Sabah 1 minute 44 seconds. For the evaluations, Toastmaster Zishan took 2 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster GQ took 3 minutes 38 seconds. And I took 3 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster Asghar took 2 minutes 14 seconds. Toastmaster Navita took 2 minutes 20 seconds. And Toastmaster Anam took 1 minute 45 seconds. And for table topics evaluation, the total time was 4 minutes and 32 seconds. We started the meeting, I think, at least 15 minutes late. So I believe we are broadly on track as far as the agenda is concerned. Over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Tala, for your comprehensive report regarding the timing of all segments. Now, here are a couple of my observations. Keeping the issues related to Zoom, I believe we are almost on time. The good thing is that no speaker was absent. All spoke as per schedule, and we successfully completed all 3 segments of our program. A strong and unexpected storm created a disruption, but then we were determined to be together, and we were here within, I suppose, within a couple of minutes. It's a very good thing to be demonstrated by all. And we are less in number than average. I would like to suggest the president and the team member to find out the reason. Is it related to the timing, or from Sunday to Wednesday? I mean, we need to work it out and see if there is anything we can see. And there were those of us who are facing perhaps permanent issue with the internet, must be helped out or seek help like me. I requested, for example, yesterday Imran Rana to be to help me out during my session, and because it's a problem for him or her and the other colleagues as well, for the the extended disruptions, or especially the voice quality or constantly disrupting, and I believe this is some of my observation. And with this, I would like to end this session and hand over the charge to the Toastmaster of the evening. Over to you, TM Rais Khan.
Okay. Now I would call upon the vote for the big 4, and the big 4 are the Toastmaster of the evening, that is me, TM Hiba, the table topic master, TM Urusa Kawal, the general evaluator, TM Asghar Ramzan, and the table topic evaluator, TM Shammam Khan. So please privately message it to TM Sabah. And with that, I would hand back charge to the president, TM Imran Rana.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster of Hiba. So, before announcing the result, let's have brief comments from our new member, Toastmaster Latif. Please share us your views about today's meeting.
Thank you, President. First of all, I want to correct myself. Actually, I just messed up at the table topic. I completely wanted to say that, TM Ali had really memorized me on his speech. We should see bigger goals. We should dream about what we want to be. And somehow I got that topic also, which what you do after your graduation, and I could not deliver that. But overall, really inspired. My first table topic in my Toastmaster continuation journey was your mind is what your mind is fed. Similarly, this also I will never forget. What is my first table topic at the Karachi Toastmaster Club? You people are very supportive, one and all. I love the smile. I love the support, and I hope to be the member, who can, always say that, these are the mentors I have. I really remember this for my lifetime, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your valuable comments. Let me assure you that you were extremely well in table topics. No one is good in table topics. Sometimes we stuck, but you did great. When you delivered your prepared speeches, then you know how good speaker you are. So with that, let's have the results from our vote counter. Toastmaster Sabha, are the results prepared?
Yes, I submitted the result to the Toastmaster of the evening in the private chat of Zoom.
Could you please announce the results? Toastmaster Sabha, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Please announce
I announced the result.
Yes,
Okay.
it's the vote counter who announces the result.
So, best speaker, Toastmaster Asghar Ramzan.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Asghar.
Best
Next
table
time
topic
I'm
speaker.
doing 10-minute speeches too.
Yes, yes, please.
Best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Sabah Khan.
Okay, just tell me how many votes you have given to yourself.
Now moving to the next voting, it's Big Four. Best Big Four is Toastmaster Shamam Khan. Best Evaluator, DTM Talha bin Hamid.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sabha. The story has not yet ended. There are two more votes to go. The first one is Best Critics Awards for the Best Role Player. And that award goes to our counter today, Toastmaster Hiba Reis Khan. Congratulations, Toastmaster Hiba. And another award, that is Critics Award for the Best Prepared Speech. Let me give you a brief introduction about this award. Is we appoint a secret judge, and a judge should be from senior Toastmasters. So we appointed that secret judge, and he observed all the speeches according to judge's talent. And from his judgment, today's winner is our icebreaker today, DTM Talha bin Hamid. You are the best prepared speaker as per critics. Congratulations. So I would like to thank everyone. There was a storm outside, but that storm didn't shatter our determination. So congratulations, everyone. Seriously, you are the champions. You are the winners, and you are the true Toastmasters. That in every situation we are there, and we are still here to conduct our meeting and to end up our meeting. With that, I would like to adjourn the meeting. We'll meet same time, same day on Zoom. Until then, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.